Post-game report. I'm Adam Cavalier alongside Carson Newman head men's basketball coach Chuck Benson. Chuck, we'll ask that question that we always ask after tight ones. How's your heart?
Ironically, it was good. I was so cold today. I told you I was chilled to the bone, so I never broke a sweat. Now the guys on their hand were they were really locked in, tuned in. Thought this was by far the most complete game we've played this year, and we needed it at this time. I can't say enough about both teams, the competitiveness. This was one of those kind of games that we've seen before. Mm-hmm. Maybe not in the recent past, right, but we've seen these kind of games in this rivalry that really everybody, the teams, the fans, everybody enjoys.
You look at this one, really weird how it finishes. Yeah. If I were to tell you, hey, you're not going to make a field goal over the final 5 minutes of this game, you probably think you're headed for a loss.
Right.
But Mason Bates, 10 of 10 at the line in the final 5 minutes, including 8 for 8 in the final 64 seconds. Yeah. What did you do to get to the free throw line as frequently as you did to win this game at the stripe?
You know, there was a stretch there, it was in that 3-4 minute range when we brought Nick Rogers in, and we had a couple, two or three threes real quick and built a small lead, and that lead sort of put the pressure back on LMU defensively, and we kept on being aggressive, and that's how Mason got the line. I mean, we had a little bit of a lead. He was very much north-south attack oriented, and between those drives and then them having to foul, to try to get possession, it just gave us the edge.
Best defensive game you played against LMU probably since the South Atlantic Conference title game in 2015. You limit LMU to 38.8% shooting. Both defenses were pressuring one another all night long. Yeah. What did you do to bother LMU into an off-shooting night?
Well, we've been really trying to put extra time in the practice environment on our D, and we felt like that it seems like this team has struggled at times to score this year, and not necessarily that you want to control that, but that's a hard thing to control. But we knew our defense was something we could lock in and have a greater sense of control over, and so our kids were really committed to that. And I thought today, man, I really thought they put together a pretty complete 40 minutes. I mean, we lost some assignments, which was always going to happen, but all in all, I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10, this was a 9 for us defensively in my mind.
A second half, too, where you take some punches, fall behind it by 7 and 8 at times, but you always had answer points. Yeah. What generated those moments?
Well, I think it was more about our guys' poise and mentality. This has been a learning kind of season for us, and I felt like tonight some guys. I told the guys after the game that so many guys had little segments of time where they were big. I thought Chris Clayton played the most complete game he's played here. Mm-hmm. I thought Brendan Coleman gave us some quality minutes. I felt like that Blake Irvin stepped up and was more aggressive and reliable today. And I thought Nick didn't really get to play in the first half because we were sort of concerned about his defense, but he came in there and really knocked down some key shots for us under duress and pressure. So I felt like that these our guys' mindset and resiliency and poise was very much on display today, and that's what allowed us to, when we were punched, we punched back.
Given what has happened this past week, you took one on the chin last Monday to Johnson C. Smith, when the Golden Bulls just couldn't miss in the second half. You lose in the last second to Wingate. How emotional, how meaningful is this win?
Well, I mean, we're not even talking about wins and losses, as crazy as that sounds. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've been telling you that throughout the year that we've been sort of focused on learning.
Let me rephrase then. How emotional is it for a consistent performance to deliver the intended result?
Incredibly important. Incredibly big. I think our guys, the loss with John C. Smith had its own feeling and flavor because of their shot making. And then the heartbreaking loss to Wingate was just demoralizing. And I told you, I thought our guys would be resilient and bounce back. And they did. I liked their attitude. I've liked our attitude throughout this entire year. We've never had a unity, chemistry, finger-pointing kind of situation. We've just been sort of evolving. And I kept on telling them, like, I think that this team has a lot that it can accomplish when we start to be a more veteran seasoned kind of team. And I thought today, Now, Kev, this may not apply tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I thought today we looked and functioned like a well-oiled machine for the most part.
Turn your attention to your first road game in 4. Head to Lenoir-Rhyne on Saturday. Everett Sullivan has the Bears playing high-level basketball. You talk about consistency. How do you carry over? I think it was after the Newberry game. Grant Teichman said we have to build on success. How do you have to build on success from this contest?
Well, I mean, it's very, very easy on so many levels. We come back. I told them to really enjoy this and reflect on this evening, be at class in the morning, and we get back to practice tomorrow and focus on our next opponent and really less on our next opponent and more on us learning what it means and what you have to do to win games, to give yourself a chance to win. And that was just, I thought you saw it today. Our guys were controlling the things that they could control, and it gave them a chance to win. It doesn't guarantee we gave them a chance, and then, we were able to finalize it.
Chuck, pleasure as always. Congrats on a massive W here in Holt.
Great. Thanks, Kev.
That is Carson Newman head men's basketball coach Chuck Benson. We'll roll